All right, Coach, coming off back-to-back victories, any thoughts now as you look back at the most recent win?
Yeah, really good team that we played, as we had talked about all week, coming in with a great quarterback, and thought our guys did a phenomenal job of containing him. Had a number of sacks, could have maybe had up to 10 sacks, but he got out a lot of them. He's a great player in a team that plays really well and has done that for years no matter where they go. They play really well and go into tough places to play, and we were able to come out with a win.
Big test this week as you face Arizona State. Let's look at their offense first. Where do they fit in this sort of spread spectrum in this league?
Yeah, they're really up-tempo. You look at the number of plays, 100 plays versus Wisconsin. They have found a way over the last 2 years to run a ton of plays at a high tempo. So that's going to be a big challenge for us, for our guys to play and also for our backups to go in and play well too.
Couple of offensive players to talk about. Jalen Strong is a 6'4" receiver coming off 2 huge games. Is he maybe the toughest receiver you're having to face up with so far?
He is. This will be a matchup issue for us, having a big guy like that. So we're going to have to play really well with him, be very aggressive with him at the line of scrimmage and take him out of his game.
And then what do you see from the running back, Marion Grice? It seems like he's a threat in the receiving game as well as in the run game.
He is. Scoring touchdowns, running, catching, and really tough to bring down for the first guy. So we're going to have to tackle really well.
Schematically, what do you see from them defensively?
Very aggressive, a lot of blitzing for the second year in a row. Here's a staff that has done a great job coming in, led the country in tackles for losses last year in their first year there. Really high in passing efficiency defense. So that they play really hard, and they're really talented, obviously. With the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year coming back in Will Sutton.
Yeah, tell us about Will Sutton. What kind of challenges he pose?
Yeah, dominant player. It just has taken over games at times, on the road, at home, no matter where it is. And, surprised he's still there, really.
As far as your team goes, when you look at this week, offensively, what are you trying to fix? Did you see that game as a step back, or are these easily fixable mistakes?
Well, I feel like things were going okay early on. The run-pass ratio, Cody was completing balls and things were going good. And then, the sack caused fumble and kind of went downhill from there and really never regained it. Didn't regain our balance of offense and playing well. So we'll get back to it this week.
You talked about your receivers. We're seeing some man press coverage. This is probably a good thing in terms of having Marquise Lee and Nelson Aguilar going forward, right? If those guys can get more separation, make some plays downfield.
It is. If teams are going to do what happened in that game after we were running the ball early and play 8-man boxes and play press man, we've got to be able to win outside, and we've got to make sure that we make those throws too so that they can make those plays.
You're coming off 3 straight home games. This is really the first tough road test of the season. What goes into that in terms of preparation for the team and your message to them?
Well, we're always concerned about young players, going on the road into a place like this and making sure they're really composed and they play well. We've learned over the years about young players making mistakes in their first big road game. So we'll help those guys through the week and get our veterans to play really well around them.
Finally, a question from the Pac-12. It wants to know from you, how have the young quarterbacks, we've seen so much success from young quarterbacks, freshmen, redshirt freshmen in college football, how has the game changed that they're able to jump in and be so successful immediately? We saw it here with Matt Barkley.
Well, I think a majority of those guys that are doing it now are playing in kind of simpler schemes as far as an up-tempo scheme where they're not running a ton of plays. And so I think the learning curve of having to learn an entire offense and protections and changing stuff, that happens in the NFL kind of now isn't happening as much in college. So I think it makes it easier for guys to play right away.
All right, Coach, thanks so much. Big-time game this week. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.